What happens when the human body enters a place it was never designed for? Temperature, pressure, oxygen. These are the limits. And there are places on Earth where every single one is pushed past lethal. Your body wouldn't adapt, it wouldn't fight, it would fail. Yet somehow, we are there, working, living, ignoring the planet's clear warning signs. This isn't about bravery, it's about human beings surviving where survival should not exist. Dallol, Danakil depression, the acidic furnace. The air is poison, chlorine and sulfur burn the lungs. The ground is a hallucination of neon yellow and green, bleached by hyperacidic springs. Average temperature, 35 degrees Celsius. Peak, over 50 degrees Celsius. Your sweat would evaporate before it could cool you. Dehydration would shut down your organs in hours. The anomaly? The Afar salt miners. They move at dawn. They navigate by memory through a landscape that actively dissolves flesh and metal. Their survival is not a victory. It's a temporary negotiation with a chemical fire. One misstep, and your remains would be erased by the next acidic rain. Oymyakon, Siberia, the frozen realm. Minus 67.7 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, exposed skin dies in 2 minutes. The air freezes the moisture in your breath, which falls as ice crystals. Metal becomes adhesive. Car batteries last 20 minutes. The cold is so absolute, it suspends life itself. The anomaly? A permanent town. Cars run for months without stopping. Pipes run above ground, heated continuously. Schools only close below minus 52 degrees Celsius. Life is a series of airtight rituals. A forgotten scarf on a 5-minute walk could be fatal. Frostbite isn't an injury here. It's a predictable consequence of a single lapse in procedure. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, the invisible killer. The danger is perfect. You cannot see it, smell it, or feel it. Radiation damages your DNA at the cellular level. A single hour in the red forest could deliver a lifetime's lethal dose. The wildlife thrives, but every animal here is a walking repository of genetic error. The anomaly? The Samoseli, the elderly who return to their homes. For them, the certainty of exile was more terrifying than the invisible decay. They grow vegetables in contaminated soil. They drink from wells they know are poisoned. Their survival is a psychological defiance of a silent, statistical killer. You wouldn't feel pain, you would feel nothing. The damage waits. The Hadal Zone, the crushing void. Below 6,000 meters, pressure reaches 1,100 atmospheres. It is the equivalent of balancing the Eiffel Tower on your chest. Your lungs would collapse to the size of a soda can. Your bones would shatter into powder. The implosion would be instantaneous. The anomaly? The titanium sphere of a deep-sea submersible. A human inside is a trespasser in a world of perpetual darkness and alien biology. Every dive is a gamble against a force that treats metal like foil. A pinhole leak doesn't flood the cabin. It injects a needle of water moving at supersonic speed, cutting through everything in its path. Rescue does not exist here. Everest Death Zone, the thin air. Above 8,000 meters, the oxygen level is 1/3 of sea level. Your body begins to consume itself. Your brain swells. Your judgment fails. You might unzip your jacket because you feel hot, guaranteeing a frozen death. Over 200 bodies remain on the mountain, preserved in plain sight. They are not retrieved because the rescuers would join them. The anomaly? Bottled oxygen and Sherpa guidance. Survival is a temporary purchased state. Climbers pay over $60,000 for a chance to die in a place their body is genetically programmed to flee. The summit is not a conquest. It is the brief peak of a physiological debt that the mountain will collect on the descent. Your body wouldn't scream. It would simply stop.